Have you ever had a job where you felt your work was underappreciated? Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt mistreated and disrespected? These are just two examples of situations where self worth can come into play and be an integral skill or personality trait to be aware of and to also have. I chose this I chose this topic because it did stand out to me because I've been in certain situations where I didn't really have my own sense of self-worth and I had to learn that throughout the years in order to advance myself in life. For example, I worked somewhere not to be named where I was constantly expected to perform duties designated for upper management, and I wasn't compensated for it. I wasn't acknowledged for my extra efforts, and I decided that it wasn't fair to me, and I pride myself on my work ethic. I didn't think it was fair for me to be doing all of this and not being noticed for it. So I decided to take it up with my boss's boss, which resulted in me getting a bonus. And eventually, I did get promoted within that job. So, this is an example of why knowing your self worth is important. And if you don't know your own self worth, or if you don't have a sense of your own self worth, nobody else will be able to see that either. We will be exploring how self worth affects our mental health, how having self worth can challenge us to better ourselves, and how it can create opportunities for us. To start off, self worth is the foundation of being mentally happy. When we have our sense of self worth, our mental health is enhanced or it is more prominent. Um, we know who we are and what we have to offer, and not having a sense of self worth can cause depression. Depression can lead to substance abuse or suicide. According to a study done at the University of Michigan, people who base their self-worth on outside factors are more stressed. They have more conflicts within their personal relationships and use drugs and alcohol more frequently. Being mentally healthy is essential to our psychological health as well. However, it affects our social health and the way we interact with others. Excuse me. It is easy to compare ourselves to others, but having self worth can encourage us to challenge ourselves to be better. I know for my age group, we are constantly bombarded by people who are richer or more attractive or who have better bodies than us, and it's easy to become envious of those types of people that we see like on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or what have you. But as long as we have our own sense of self value and self worth, we won't look at competition as a burden, but instead as a challenge. According to Dr. Kristen Neff, an expert on self compassion, society has a high focus on high self esteem. So, knowing what we have to offer and what we do well can promote confidence and help us perform better in different aspects in our life. Again, there is always going to be someone richer, there's always going to be someone better or more attractive than us. Knowing what we can offer within ourselves can encourage us to take on challenges we would otherwise be intimidated by. Challenges can seem like such a negative thing. They have such a negative context, like, oh, that was such a challenge. But challenges actually could build character and self esteem. Having self worth And by doing so, by gaining that confidence and that self esteem, it can open up doors and create new opportunities for us. Having the confidence to go apply for that job that we think we're unqualified for, or maybe asking someone out, that's easier to do when you have confidence. It is also important to have self worth so you can be a better team player, contribute to a team, whatever social circles you are, or whether it be like with your coworkers, knowing what you're able to bring to the table, and knowing who you are as a person, and having that self value could be very instrumental to like a team setting. According to Forbes, and according to an article on Forbes.com titled "The 10 Skills That Employees Want in 20 something Employees," the number one listed item is the ability to work in a team. So imagine a coworker who didn't think that what they had to offer was who didn't think what they had to offer was useful. And picture if that person didn't try, like didn't even put in the effort because they didn't think that they would be instrumental to the team as a whole. That person could be seen as lazy if they didn't believe in themselves even enough to even like try or contribute. So to conclude, self-worth can promote happiness and encourage us to better ourselves. It increases our mental health. It can encourage us to challenge ourselves, and it can create new opportunities for us. If I didn't value my work ethic enough to bring up my frustrations with my boss's boss, I wouldn't have been granted that bonus and that promotion that I eventually got. I would probably still be miserable under her command if I didn't speak up. I challenge all of you to reflect about what makes you important and to think about all the times you felt belittled and why those feelings are invalid. And with self worth, you can accomplish anything and will have the power to achieve your biggest dreams. Thank you so much.